Hello. I am excited to bring to you today Check In, Reflect, Connect. This is a daily interactive social emotional learning workbook designed for grades 5th through 12th. So we start the first week off with self-awareness. The workbook itself goes through each of the 5 core competencies that CASEL has set out in the field of education. So there's self-awareness, there's self-management, there is relationship skills, there's responsible decision making, and there's another one that I can't remember right now. So that's the first, the day, like, okay, what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about self-awareness. Cute. Then the actual build out of the workbook is in this format. So the first page here, we have the check-in page. The check-in page gives a little check-in, obviously. So this one is circle which weather you would be, that it describes how you're feeling, right? So it's giving us a fun and interactive way to decide, how am I feeling today? Am I partly cloudy? Am I sunny? Am I a rainbow? And why? So there's always an explanation, like, why are you feeling that way? Go a little bit deeper. The start of the week starts off with intention setting. Now, if your kids don't know what intention setting means, I've also created a vocabulary slideshow that's already prepped and done for you, that is engaging and fun, that helps you before you even implement this resource. You can take kids through that, and it teaches them, what is a check-in? What is intention setting? What does it mean to reflect? What's gratitude? And it takes you through that whole thing with a bunch of activities. So that comes with this resource. So I would recommend starting there and then implementing this. So then at the bottom of the check-in page, there's always a mindful moment. And the mindful moments are somatic, body-based experiences that you can guide students through. I also include a facilitator guide that takes you through the script of what you could read. Now, I'm working on creating videos and audios for these so that you can actually just play them from my YouTube channel, but that's in the works, so stay tuned. Yes, love that. And they're different on each page. Then at the end of the day, so this is intended to be in the morning, right away when you see kids. This is the first thing we need to be doing with children. Let's check in. How are you? And you can add, supplement, change, only do one part. It's very flexible and up to you, your space, the students, everything, right? So make it fit your context. And then reflect. So this is designed to be at the end of the day when everything has happened, and we know lots happens. What are we grateful for? Let's think about that. What's a good thing that happened today? Let's reflect about that. And then at the end of every reflection page, there's a community builder. So these are also in that facilitator guide where you just build community at the end of the day, a great way to wrap up the day and also utilize that energy that sometimes happens at the end of a classroom day. So that's the way the workbook flows, and then the content changes each day. And here's a little blurb about self-awareness because this is the self-awareness week, and then all the content is about self-awareness, okay? And then the check-ins are different, and then that's the end of that week. So that's 5 days worth, and then it moves into self-management. Now, again, like I said, you could spend more time in self-awareness if that's what's needed. You don't have to follow this format exactly, but this is all the content that's built out in here. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? We love her. This one's really cute. Pretend you're looking into a mirror. Check in with yourself. How do you feel? What do you need to hear right now? Right? Right. And then there's some just leftover journal prompts at the end for you to use at any point throughout your experience with this. So let me know if there's interest. I would love to support your classroom spaces, your living room spaces, your family spaces, your program spaces with this kind of curriculum resource that really brings things that we talk a lot about and conceptualize about into the practical, tangible. How do we practice together? That's what we're really interested in. How do we practice together, and how do we guide that practice? And that's what this resource intends to help guide: social emotional learning. So